Get over here!
Dain has been reborn. Word of King Pelias's coronation reaches neighboring Crimea within days. Crimea itself has spent the past 3 years rebuilding from the damage it suffered during the Mad King's War. News that Ashnard's son now sits on Dain's throne sends waves of unease and worry rippling across the land. Alas, this is not the only thing disturbing the people of Crimea during this time. There is an ever-widening gap emerging between Crimea's noble class and the nation's young ruler, Queen Elincia. Crimea lost its king during the Dain invasion, and Elincia is still an inexperienced ruler. What's more, her very existence was a secret from the public, and so she came unexpectedly to her succession. Many of Crimea's noble houses raised their voices in protest against her rule. Elincia's desire for a long-lasting peace has driven her to strengthen Crimea's ties with the Laguz nation of Gallia, and to renounce Crimea's claim to rule over a defeated Dain. Her political moderation is seen as a sign of weakness among her critics. Ike, the young hero who led Crimea to victory in the Mad King's War, was granted a peerage for his heroism and bravery. The elevation of a common mercenary to the nobility, however, widened the rift between the aristocracy and the queen yet further. Perhaps to avoid becoming mired in these power struggles, Ike renounced his peerage and took his leave of the court. Yet Ike's actions did little to placate the nobility. They continued to criticize the Queen's every decision and lay squarely at her feet the blame for all of Crimea's woes.
Yeah, so a brand new story we're dealing with over here.
Yeah, and it is unfortunately the reality of the situation. At the end of the day, Elincia is still an inexperienced queen. Let's be real for a moment. Her motives are definitely, worthy of someone who would call themselves the queen of a land. But
I think it's more, she's got some self-confidence issues, but also the aristocracy is, impossible to please.
Oh, absolutely. This is a classic scenario of, the nobility kind of hodgepodging their way into influencing the rulership so they can make things their way.
Yeah, so right off the bat here, so from last time when Pelias was anointed King of Dain, other countries have the choice to choose to recognize it or not.
Yep.
And Elincia, burying the hatchet with Dain after the war, recognized it.
Yeah, she was like, you know what, no, we're not going to continue these hostilities between Dain and Crimea. If Dain has a new ruler, and this ruler could maybe pave the way to peace between Dain and Crimea, I'm going to recognize it.
And, well, you'll see.
Much to the chagrin of the aristocracy. Here we go.
So you have acknowledged Pelias as the newly crowned King of Dain? Your Majesty, this is beyond the pale.
I have not forgotten our war with Dain. 3 years is not so long as that, but do not forget, if we allow hatred to rule our hearts, we become prisoners of our past. A lasting peace serves both nations.
Bravo, Your Majesty. Well spoken indeed. Your words paint a picture of idealism rarely seen at court. However, and I beg your forgiveness, it is quite apparent your grasp of politics remains childishly naive. Abandoning rule over Dain, then reconciling with our most hated enemy? This will not do. The people will soon take their discontent to the streets. What's more, why choose Bastion, the Count of Fayer, as your envoy? His skills in court are vital to Crimea. To send away such a key figure, tell me, Your Highness, how exactly do you plan to rule without him? Hey, Lucia.
Hey!
The Count of Fayer himself gladly volunteered as a delegate. Her Majesty's decision was only... Lady Lucia, still your tongue. You are not Her Majesty. Do not presume to speak for her. Yes, Lady Lucia, please refrain from speaking if you have not been directly addressed. Your familiarity with the Queen does not grant you a seat at the Royal Assembly. Although you may have been raised as a sister to Her Majesty the Queen, kindly remember your place. You have my apologies.
Oh boy. You can just tell Lucia's done with this.
And you, General Joffrey, does your loyalty to Her Majesty stem only from your unchecked emotions? Those with a taste for gossip are talking. I wonder, have you heard what the Help is saying about you? What? Joffrey! At any rate, growing discontent has brought the royal families of Crimea to a crossroads of sorts. Your Highness, this is all on you. Indeed, Your Majesty, whatever do you intend to do? So, like, because the aristocracy had very little to do with the war.
Yeah.
They don't know what Elincia went through to win this country back.
Yeah, and they don't really aim to care.
Yeah, because whatever she does, they're going to oppose her on it.
Queen Elincia! Marcia, how are you today? And what are you doing here?
What are you doing with your hair? It looks awesome.
Right, though?
Lucia told me about those no-goodnik nobles and their chest-beating contest, so I thought you could use some cheering up. You weren't in your chambers or the gardens, so I guessed you would be out here. Forgive me, I needed some time to think. I'm sorry to trouble you. Not at all. After everything you've done for me, it's the least I could do. It was nice of you to hire me as a royal knight, but hiring my sponge-brained, spine-deprived brother might qualify you for sainthood.
Bring back the counter! Bring back the counter! Bring back the counter!
Yeah, that's another one on that's another one on the Makalov-owned counter. Although, how many times was it last time? 3?
I'm gonna have to check.
We're gonna have to check, but well, by this point you'll have already seen it.
Yeah.
Even so, I'm afraid I also may have caused you a great number of hardships. Huh? Oh, the grief I'm getting from the nobles? It's nothing I can't handle. If you think your country has stuffed shirt windbags for the aristocracy, you should see Benyan's. When I was a Pegasus Knight there, they had a new shenanigan every week. After that, the Crimean crybabies are no big deal.
She's got a point!
Yeah, so to catch up on Marcia, she was a Pegasus Knight of Benyan, because Benyan was previously the only place with Pegasi.
Yeah.
She had to leave being a Royal Knight of Benyan to search for her brother Makalov, who was always getting into trouble with bandits and debts and stuff.
Yep.
They both ended up joining the Grail Mercenaries with Ike, and it looks like they both got a job with Elincia back in Crimea after the fact.
Yeah, so I think it's safe to assume that after the war was over, Ike considered Makalov's debt, like, forgiven to the Grail Mercenaries, and but at the same time, he was like, you're not causing your sister any more trouble, or anyone else any more trouble. Hey, Elincia. And Elincia was like, sure.
Yeah, they have, like, the odd Pegasus in Crimea, because, like, as gifts from Benyan, but Marcia being here basically, like, created Crimea's new Air Force, which is pretty rad.
Pretty much. For all intents and purposes, Marcia is, like, is basically the matriarch of Crimea's Pegasus unit.
Yeah, she's so cool.
No, it's my fault, and I'm sorry. I'm so new at all this, even you are affected by my blunders.
But you know, as soon as Marcia showed up, the aristocracy was like, you're appointing a Benyan soldier as one of your holy knights?
They will find any excuse.
Yeah.
Sometimes I think, maybe I just don't have what it takes to be a queen.
That's so not true.
Queen Elincia, anyone can strut around in a queen hat and say she's a ruler, but you always put your people first. Look, it's not that you're doing a bad job, it's just everyone's on edge lately. With Dane getting a new king and all. People are worried that Dane will start another war like the one 3 years ago, and they're taking it out on you. Just don't let those peacock-wearing nobles bug you. And remember that you don't have to go it alone. You've got friends everywhere. Thank you, Marcia. Your kind words have lifted my spirits. That's right, I'm not alone. I must be strong for the sake of our people, as the protector of our homeland.
You know, Elincia, like, you got some, like, self-worth issues, but you are a splendid woman.
Yeah, I think she's doing a great job.
All things considered, like, she's being dealt a really terrible hand, and she's handling it fine.
I mean, the aristocracy's taking advantage of her being young and a woman to make her feel like she's not doing a good job.
Yeah, which unfortunately is also kind of reflecting on her main court being Lucia, Joffrey, and Bastion, unfortunately. And I think a lot of it is just that they just really don't want to put any more pressure on her than there already is.
Yeah.
Huh? Queen Elincia, what the heck is going on over there?
Get ready for some more returning characters.
Oh boy.
Hey! How dare you harass us? Begone, insolent fools! Begone, I say! Fear not, my lady. This senile old bird will gladly trade his life for your protection.
They say nothing is as beautiful as the herons of Serenus, especially a royal princess. You'll fetch a pretty penny for some lord or another, and our pockets are a little light. What do you say, Captain? Yes, naturally. She should prove to make a fine gift. Seize them, and mind the raven's talons. I'm pretty sure Oliver would have a word or two with you.
This is unbelievable! Stand back, you unrepentant dogs! Neolucci does not give in easily!
Men, silence that cawing raven. Who would pay for an old crow like that, anyway? Leave him.
Stop right there!
Company. How droll.
Hey, Benyon Draco Knights! Are you lost, or have you just been letting those scaly flea bags do your navigating? What are you doing in Crimea's sky?
We've merely strayed a bit of our duties patrolling the border. Do you have a problem with that?
You and your flying snakes are in violation of Crimea's sovereignty. Besides, do you have any idea who you're dealing with here? Reptile breath? Marcia, stop. We cannot afford to start antagonizing the Benyon army. I'm the Queen of Crimea. But, Your Majesty, we can't just let these wyvern monkeys run rampant. And we're not going to. As long as they don't realize I'm the Queen, we should be fine. Benyon Draco Knights! You will only be warned once. Leave this area immediately. I serve the Queen of Crimea. Trespassers on Crimean territory will be dealt with, no exceptions.
The Queen, she says. The very Queen that relied on us, the Benyon Empire, to free her nation. Imperial Draco Knights are not frightened by soldiers so weak as Crimean Pegasus Knights. Listen up! Leave those two alone. It's the Serenus Maiden we want. Do not allow her to escape.
We're so over Pegasi, we have wyverns now.
Looks like we'll not talk any sense into them. I suppose we have no choice. Sir Neolucci, we're here to help you.
Holby! It's Her Majesty, Queen Elincia! Fate has smiled upon us. I hate to be a bother, considering it has been so long, but your assistance is most appreciated. So this chapter is pretty neat, because it is
a sky mission.
Yeah.
So this is really cool. I wish we had more chapters like this.
Yeah, so one thing, clouds actually do slow movement slightly.
Yes.
Which is the only time aerial units are ever affected by terrain.
Yeah. So here we go. We have, first of all, Elincia, who is classed as a queen.
And she's gonna slay.
Yep, she has the stun skill. Fun fact, she does not have her Amity sword.
Yeah, she's actually a pretty bad attacker right now.
Yeah. For reasons that we just explained, actually. So, as of right now, she's not passing off as the queen because that would cause, like, an incident with the Benyon soldiers. At least, like, immediately.
Yeah, this is already an international incident, but if it was, like, the queen herself slayed Benyon men...
that would be an issue. But, yeah, the reason she doesn't have Amity is probably because, like, when she's outside, she doesn't want to be recognized as the queen, and Amity is a Crimean family heirloom.
Yeah,
which basically would solidify her role as the queen.
Yeah, they're not at war. They're not, like, she's not walking around with this sacred blade.
Exactly.
She just came out here to get some air.
Meanwhile, Marcia, kept her role as a Falcon Knight.
Yep.
So, we do have a promoted Marcia, and she's been training. She's overall pretty good. And we finally get to see Neolucci in action.
Yeah, so Neolucci, if you remember, he was kind of the comic relief sidekick to Nesala, kind of the, like, Uncle Iroh if Uncle Iroh didn't get cool later on.
But now we actually get to see the Uncle Iroh get cool bit.
Yeah, so now he's become, like, the main escort to Leanne.
Alright, I think I know how I can do this. So let's see him in action.
Yeah, and he's pretty good. The only thing is you gotta keep an eye on his transformation gauge.
Yep. And you know, they're smaller than, like, your average Lagoos, but keep in mind, these birds are as big as people.
Yeah.
Alright.
He doesn't scale into late game, but he's good. So where can Leanne move to?
Leanne can move over there, which actually plays out perfectly for me. Leanne, also, playable in this situation. Heron, who does not quite have the same powers as Raphael, particularly because she can actually fly.
Yeah, and she can, regardless of whether she's transformed or not, she can always reinvigorate 2 units, and they're always the 2, like, across from her. Mm-hmm. You have to be able to draw a straight line between them through Leanne.
Yo! Jesus! Starting off strong, Elincia! Alright, and here's what we're gonna do. If I recall correctly, Elincia cannot Galder everyone around her. She can only Galder 2 people at once.
That's what I'm saying, yeah. So it has to be the 2 across.
Either the 2 north and south or the 2 east and west.
Yeah, so like that she can move both Elincia and Miolucci.
Mm-hmm. So in this situation, let's go ahead and do this now.
So this is just a survive turn.
But there is merit in going after the boss, who is Zephyrin. Zephyrin is Dragon Master with a short axe, but we can grab that short axe if we beat him.
Yep.
Which would be really, really good. Alright, so let's keep that in mind. Meanwhile...
Could you check the lose conditions real quick?
Lose conditions in this situation is, I believe it's guide that I need. No. Conditions, here we go. Survive for 8 turns. Defeat is if anyone is taken down.
Except for
Leanne. Okay, so yeah.
Marcia is not load bearing, the rest of them are.
Yeah, gotcha. So basically, like, our main priority is always to keep everyone alive.
Of course.
But in this situation, it's like, you know, Elincia, Marcia is the only one who is not a load bearing unit. So, here we go. Yeah, and for all intents and purposes, Miolucci is quite the unit.
He's good here. He doesn't scale into late game.
Mm-hmm. But you can't argue with those numbers.
Yeah. Like I was saying last time, though, part of what I like about Radiant Dawn is different situations give different characters a chance to shine.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to move him back? Yeah.
There we go. Marcia. Show us what you got, girl.
I think Marcia is a little bit weaker than where we left her off in Path of Radiance, but at least she's the same promoted class.
Yeah, not quite like Jill, who got demoted, but we got her back up there. But yeah, like, the main characters that we start off with here are good. Alright, and in this scenario, no matter what we do... Yeah, they won't be able to attack Leanne. That's the main priority here, is to keep Leanne safe, so I'm actually more than willing to do this real quick. Oh yeah, absolutely. And I believe clouds also provide some cover.
I think so. I think they help your defense and your...
Oh, that's so cool! It's added to the battlefield when you're...
Yeah.
That's so sick!
Yeah, they're actually in the...
I wish we got more... I wish we got more chapters like this. Like, this is really cool.
I think Awakening...
Oh, hot damn! Well done!
Awakening and other games at least have that if both of them are flying units, it'll show them, like, above the ground.
Yeah. But, like, this right here in particular is just sick. Oh, yeah, the cloud shift.
Yep.
Gotta remember that.
Yeah, because the wind's blowing west.
Man, imagine, like, getting knocked off your horse here. Or your Pegasus, or your Wyvern Ray, or whatever.
That is synonymous with death at this point.
Uh-huh. Alright, so here's what we're gonna do.
Excuse me.
You're good, man. Oh yeah, he's stunned!
Yeah, free damage.
Well done!
So this chapter is basically testing your ability to use Kanto and Kanto, using Leanne and Flying Unit's ability to move after attacking to kind of maximize your damage output.
Alright, I think I know how I'm gonna handle this. Speaking of Neolucci, that is one thing I'm looking forward to later. So a lot of, like, the big boss units in this game get their, like, you know, own, like, battle themes whenever they attack. Much like, what's it called? Much like the Black Knight with, like, you know, his theme whenever he attacks.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to some of the other themes that we're going to be hearing, in this game. One of my personal favorites, and this is one thing I will say, one of my personal favorites in this game, as much as I don't like him as a character, but I will admit, experiences lately have made me warm up to him a little bit, is Nasala's theme. Wheeling Corby is a really sick battle theme.
I knew you'd come around on Nasala.
Shut up. But no, like, for real though, I love Wheeling Corby. It's a fantastic battle theme.
So we don't want to stray too far from the upper left.
Okay, so long as we're not in in those clouds, we should be fine. I'm just trying to get a handle here on who we can, like, engage.
I think we should go for those guys on the left side first.
Alright. And that's an Iron Axe.
Yeah.
So, what we can do is Elincia. Yes!
Yeah, Elincia is also decently tanky on this level.
I'm not even gonna say she's tanky. She's dodgy.
But she's also not taking a lot of damage from these hits.
Uh-huh.
I guess that's because she's technically she's a sword wielder.
All right.
Of axes.
To save up on some meter, we're gonna revert for a little bit.
I don't know who my favorite Heron to use is. Sometimes it's Raphael, and sometimes it's Leanne, and sometimes it's Raisin.
I guess it depends on, like, what you're looking for in, like, a certain, like, you know, mission or whatever. I don't know.
It's usually not Raisin. It's usually either Leanne or Raphael. It's Raphael unless I feel like I really need them to fly.
Girl! Elincia's doing work!
She is queen. She will slay.
Yas, queen!
So I think you're going to want to position Elincia and Marcia after their attacks for Leanne to Galder both of them.
I think that's what I'm aiming for.
Because I don't think Neolucci's ready to transform again.
Yeah, I'm kind of like just preemptively reverting him so that we can get that meter up later when we need it.
Yeah, for when we're actually facing the boss.
Mm-hmm. Okay, what is your move like? You know what? Let's do it this way. I know for a fact that she can move up there, so that's what we're gonna do.
Yeah, let's actually check what...
Haha! Measured it just right. Well done.
Part of what's so fun about playing this game after Path of Radiance, though, I mean, Part 1 has a lot more new characters, but through most of Part 2, it's like a constant barrage of like, oh, hey, look, it's you!
Oh,
hey,
yeah.
look, it's you!
No, like, I think that's one of the reasons, like, people really, really love this game, is because we get to see these characters, like, later down the line. It's kind of equivalent to, like, seeing the time skip designs for a lot of the characters in,
it's a
in Three Houses and whatnot.
Yeah, and I think it's fun to see where their lives have taken them in 3 years.
Oh, yeah.
Because, like, Marcia's a Royal Knight of Crimea now.
Mm-hmm. No chance.
Yeah, and Bastion, is still one of Elincia's greatest confidants, but she sent him to Dayan as an envoy, so that's why he's not going to be around for a while.
Yeah. Do you think that, like, Elincia trained with, like, Ike while he was still around? Because, like, it said that he kind of, like, left the bureaucracy because, like, he was just like, no way, I'm not dealing with this crap.
Yeah, I think Ike helped. I think the Grail Mercenaries maybe helped with the, like, reconstruction effort.
And after that, it was just like,
Yeah.
okay, we're back to mercenary work because, I don't want to deal with this crap.
Yeah, one, it's not what he wants to do. Two, people in the aristocracy were probably using Ike as a point against Elincia.
Yeah, and he
saying,
was
who is this boy?
Mm-hmm.
That's one of your, like, chief confidants. He's, a sellsword. He's...
Mm-hmm. Which, if only they knew the weight on his shoulders, the fact that he's the son of Grail.
Yeah.
Who is, like one of the most well-appointed warriors and heroes of, well, Dayan, in a way.
I imagine Elincia probably asked him to stay, too.
Hell! Speaking of...
Hardy, har.
Boy, I'm bushed. Hey, partner, you tired? How's the nap sound? You want to rest your wings a bit? Huh? We're running late. But I'm sleepy. What did you call me? That wasn't very nice. Overgrown lizard. Please tell me that's not what I think it is. Ugh, this is perfect. Benyon Draco Knights? Just my stinking luck. Well, hi!
So to get Har... Yep, Marcia.
Marcia, right?
Yep.
Hey! Look who's here! It's Har!
It's the best unit in the game.
Hello, Marcia. I see you're still flying about on that apple-eating hairbag.
And you're still asleep on the reins of that foul-smelling... Oh, crackers! I don't have time for your nonsense! Open that one good eye of yours and take a look around, will you? Those Benyon Draco Knights have invaded Crimean skies. You gotta help us save the Lagoos they're trying to kidnap. Well, come on, Har.
Me? Why? I owe the Queen a favor or two, but I'm not one of her soldiers.
You cad? Does having fought together in the Mad King's War mean nothing to you?
Well, no, but look, I've got a delivery to make, and this cargo's really heavy. Sorry, Marcia, maybe next time.
Next time? You lizard-loving jerk! Would you really abandon us? What kind of man are you?
The kind who lives to sleep another day. Well, good luck to you. See you around.
Stop! You have to stay and help! Okay, Hart, hear me out. You were an Imperial Draco Knight once, right? It's your job to fix this. They're your old comrades. You have to keep them in line.
Huh? You're not making a lick of sense, girl.
Why do I have to make sense? If Jill were in trouble, I bet you'd help her. Please, come on, Har. You have to help us. You have to.
Is it really that bad?
Yes! They're a tough bunch, and I'm all alone. I don't think I can manage to protect Queen Elincia. Please say you'll help, if only for the safety of the Queen.
Oh, fine. I don't really have time for this, but I guess I can lend a hand.
Thank you so much. I take back all the mean things I was thinking about you earlier.
That girl's nothing but trouble. Well, if we're going to do this, let's get it over with. Up and at 'em, partner.
And we got Har.
Who is, by the way, a monster.
Yeah, he's already level 11 Dragon Master.
Lazy as he is, this guy is an absolute monster. Like, actually kind of stupidly dumb.
Yeah, he's like not like Nyla or the Black Knight where he's here to be broken. He's like a unit that you can keep leveling up and he gets better. But he's so good and he gets so much better.
It's a little unfair if I'm being honest with you.
He's Flying Ike. So,
I'm actually going to give that to Elincia.
Yeah, so Jill mentioned before that Har was out of the country. I imagine... Because Jill and Har, you know, they know each other. Har worked for Jill's father.
Mm-hmm.
And after the Mad King's War, they started this delivery business all across Tellius. And I guess when Peleus was found by Azuka, and he was like looking to try and like retake the throne, you know, Jill and Tyranio got on board with that, and Har was out of the country at the time, but he heard about this going down, and he was like, no.
Nope, not dealing with this
Not
crap.
getting involved.
Yep. Like, Har is lazy as crap. But he can kind of afford to be.
Yeah, and he cares about very few things.
Except sleeping.
Yeah, those are one of those few things.
Sir Har! You're Sir Har of Dan, correct? What are you doing here?
That's a question for Marcia, Your Majesty. I was passing through on a delivery run when she hailed me and pestered me into helping you.
What can I say? I'm terribly sorry. I know this is none of your affair, but...
You know, I always thought you were too humble for royalty. I'm surprised your underlings don't run roughshod all over you.
Oh, they do.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sorry.
Hey, it's no skin off my nose. Besides, anyone who's got the guts to pick a fight with the Empire is okay in my book.
Sir Har,
Yeah, I got it. You can't let these scum know you're actually the queen. International relations and all that other political stuff, right? I'll tell you what, I'll keep your secret and treat you like a regular soldier. That means I'm not going to be watching your back, though, so you're going to have to take care of yourself.
I understand. Thank you.
Quite frankly, that's reasonable.
Yeah.
Like, that's actually a very reasonable demand. And I don't think Elincia is having an issue with that.
And Har's like, whoa, okay.
Jesus Christ!
Been practicing.
No fooling! If I recall correctly, like, yeah, I'm pretty sure, like, Ike gave her some pointers, like, while he was still around.
Headcanon, Mist gave her pointers. Because her sword style would be closer to Mist's.
I was gonna say Tanith.
Oh yeah, also Tanith.
Like, Tanith definitely...
For, like, actual area combat.
For actual, like, Pegasus Knight, like, you know, training and whatnot.
Yeah.
Oh, freaking the clouds shifted. I keep forgetting about that nonsense.
Whoops. Alright.
It's okay, he's fine.
Mialucci has so much health.
And hey, that brought his meter up.
Also remember we can use Elincia to heal people.
I keep forgetting that. Yeah, she's got a mend.
Yep.
We have all of the resources we need here, don't we?
Yeah, Elincia, that's probably her best resource, honestly. She's a flying healer.
Yeah. Like, honestly, for a moment, like, that's actually kind of good. Like, really stupid freaking good. Alright, Har, do your thing. Dude, his dragon looks badass. Or wyvern. I'm sorry. Like, I know the wyvern thing is a thing here, but that's just a straight up dragon, man.
Yeah. So in this universe, wyverns are just unintelligent dragons. Wyverns are, yeah. It, like, specifically in Tellius, that's how it is.
Mm-hmm.
As for, like, people walking all over Elincia, like, I do kind of appreciate... She's the kind of ruler who, like... There are situations where she's like, okay, I know I'm in the right, but I can't just throw my authority around even if I know that I'm right. You can't just... You gotta be diplomatic.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why she's not just, like, telling all the aristocracy off.
Yeah, she's not like, you know, shut up, I'm the queen, do as I say.
Yeah, that's not how she wants to rule.
Yeah, she does acknowledge the fact that, like, you know, she can't just do that, which I do appreciate about Elincia. But the other thing I really appreciate about Elincia is that she puts her money where her mouth is.
Yeah, I mean, I think she's a little green.
Oh, she's absolutely green,
But
for good reason.
I think she does a good job leading, as far as we can tell.
Like, for all intents and purposes, like, she's doing okay.
Like, she's probably more minded towards, like, the people and, like, the lower and middle classes, which is why, you know, the aristocracy wouldn't like her.
Mm-hmm. I'm actually gonna move her over here to see if we can bait that one Wyvern Knight.
Okay.
Marcia head over there for backup.
This is also just, like, such a neat, like, hodgepodge group of characters in this chapter.
Oh, hello. Now, be gone with you. The skies and the heron are ours. I can't wait to see your corpses smashed across Crimea's landscape.
Good,
nice dodge!
Good.
Yeah, he's not speedy enough to double her.
Yeah.
Oh, you poor man. I will admit though, that did make me nervous.
Yeah.
Those shifting clouds are like can be a bit of a problem.
Okay, so we gotta be careful because that's a short axe he has, so we can't just, like, have everybody huddle around Leanne.
Mm-hmm. Honestly, at this point, I'm perfectly fine doing this. And we can have, like, Yeah,
we're gonna have to maximize... We're gonna have to use Leanne to maximize our number of attacks.
Yeah. Here we go. Well, if it isn't Zephyrin. What brings the Draco Knights into Crimean skies? Har! Why couldn't you just stay on patrol? Saw a pretty little heron and just had to have her, is that it? I never could decide if you were more greedy or more corrupt. Stupid was never in question, though. Who do you think you are? You're a traitor just like Shaharam. The Draco Knights spit on your name. Do they now? Well, here's your chance to try the real thing. Oh yeah, when Har gets serious, yo.
Yeah, he had a lot of respect for Shahir. Oh!
That's not good.
Oh, that sucks.
Alright, let's see what we got here.
Yeah, okay.
I'm just curious.
Yeah, it pretty much has to be Har doing the attacks.
Here's the good news. Marcy, like, even with their biorhythms, like, lower, or, like, Zephyrin can't double Marcia. The problem is these other Draco Knights.
Yeah.
Which, one of them can be handled by Neolucci right now.
Here's the other thing. Neolucci can... Yeah, I think we should attack with Neolucci, and then maybe Neolucci should be the other person we...
Yeah, go
Golder.
here, and then, like, Leanne come here. And
Yeah.
we can rescue Leanne if we need to.
Yeah, I think with Neolucci.
Shall we?
Yeah.
Shift up. Well done, Neolucci.
Cool.
You know, for all intents and purposes, Neolucci gets work done.
Yeah.
And he's full meter too, so there's no risk of him transforming back.
If you count Har as coming from Dayan instead of Benyan, because I know it's kind of like borderline.
Yeah.
He's literally from the border of those two countries. But if you count that, all 5 characters we use here are from 5 different countries.
That's true. Okay, I have an idea. Gonna put Leanne over here, right?
Yep.
So, first of all, Har. Let's see what you can do. Well done. Ooh.
Okay.
Now what we're gonna do, we're gonna leave Hard there, and we're gonna put someone else next to Zephyrin that way, so that he would have to go around to get to Leanne. Except Marcia is going to rescue Leanne and retreat.
Okay.
Retreat into the clouds, so that only that one Wyvern Rider, or one Draco Knight can reach her.
Okay.
But I also have one other idea. First of all, Neolucci, let's see what you can do.
He can kill. He can
Neolucci!
kill.
I'm willing.
Yeah.
I'm fine giving Neolucci the kill, especially if it'll secure us the win here.
Yeah.
Ready?
Yeah, ready.
Let's do it.
I don't want anything stupid happening.
That's only a 2% hit against Neolucci, too. Holy smoke!
Lagoos are good when they're good, they just don't scale.
Well done, sir!
Is Neolucci our MVP?
He might be. Fall to the ground where you belong, sir.
You should have taken your own advice and minded my claws.
You got an iron poleaxe. So here's what we're gonna do, actually. Wait.
Yeah, we could also, like, position other characters around Leanne.
Let me actually see what Elincia can do first. If she pulls off a stun, we're golden.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Nope.
Yeah, that was a little optimistic, but it would have been nice. We've had lucky breaks like that before.
Oh, yeah. Alright, then, yeah, I'm gonna go with my original plan. Marcia, rescue and retreat into the clouds. Perfect.
The other thing I like about this chapter is that I really feel like everybody is, like, essential to making it work.
Oh, absolutely.
Like, I know I just got done saying how overpowered Har is, but he can't carry this mission by himself.
No, absolutely not.
Yet. Give him, like, 9 more levels.
Alright, Neolucci. Marcia? Time to get a little well-deserved revenge, but... yeah, I'm willing to let Marcia weaken and, like, Elincia can take the kill.
Sounds good.
Let's do it.
I don't mind giving Har kills, too, just because, like, he will gain experience and he will get better.
Yeah. But at this point, I also suspect we're gonna bring Elincia into the endgame, too.
I think you have to.
Yeah.
I think she's a necessity in the endgame.
So it is still worth leveling her up.
Always, yeah.
Here we go.
Just gonna, like, bat it on the head like it's a
Boink.
newspaper. No. No flying outside your jurisdiction. No.
And no kidnapping herons, either.
Yeah. I mean, we know there was a bustling Laguz slave trade in Benyan.
Mm-hmm. Hello?
Oh, no!
Uh...
Probably just the batteries came at it. Oh, no, the perma-fail.
Did
Fire Emblem Radiant Dawn run over the controller isn't responding.
Did it disconnect?
I'm thinking the batteries must have, like, shifted out of place.
Yeah, but no, like, it's not connecting anymore.
Oh, no.
What? Do we have to do this, like, controller connection thing?
Yeah, hold on.
We'll be right back, guys.
Nice try, Benyan. We reconnected the controller.
Yeah, we're good. So, yeah, this is the last turn, actually.
Yep.
So, we're all good.
So, like, one dangerous misstep you can make in this mission is if you don't get Marcia to talk to Har in time, you never get Har.
Oh yeah, which by the way, like I don't think like the thing is like unless you're like really really slow on the take, that's pretty easy to manage.
Yeah, I guess if you were just super aggressive and got Marcia stuck in the lower right corner.
Yeah, you run, Dragonbackers, and don't ever come back to Crimea.
Dragonbackers.
Marcia, they're gone.
They're dead. They're all dead.
Princess Leanne, it's a pleasure to see you again. I'm sorry you had to go through all that. Are you hurt?
Lady Leanne is very grateful for your help with those ruffians, and is quite delighted to see you again, Your Majesty. Frankly, I don't think these old bones would have been up to the task of protecting the princess without your help.
Now, normally one would say no. He's pretty capable, especially if he can hold his own against like Zephyrin. His meter would have run out eventually.
Yeah, and also like they could fly around him to get to her. Like,
oh yeah. And like yeah, he could rescue, but then he would be crippled as hell.
Yeah, he couldn't do it by himself.
The most important thing is that you're both safe, Sir Neolucci. But what brings you here? As far as I knew, the both of you were residing in Gallia.
It is imperative that my lady sees General Ike as soon as possible. We were traveling to the royal palace in Melior for that very purpose.
That's unfortunate. Ike left Melior more than half a year ago. After that, rumor has it that he reorganized the Grail mercenaries. Now no one seems to know where they are.
What? This is most unexpected. What are we supposed to do now?
Sir Ike isn't here, but since you've traveled all this way to Crimea, would you like to visit the royal court? I would be happy to investigate the whereabouts of the Grail mercenaries during your stay.
Well, we don't want to be a bother, but it would be very nice of you.
To be honest, there are matters about which I must speak with Sir Ike myself. And regardless, we're always delighted to have such splendid guests as yourselves. I must tell you, however, and I am ashamed to say it, there is unrest among certain circles here in Crimea. I hope nothing will happen to disturb your visit with us.
Unrest, do you say?
Yes. I trust, however, my protection will be enough to keep you from harm's way.
Oh my god, Elincia, you are a wonderful, remarkable woman.
You know
but...
the aristocracy is going to give her crap. For
Oh, absolutely,
too.
and
like,
she knows it.
You let Legoo stay in the royal palace?
Here's the thing, though. Again, this goes back to what I was saying about Elincia putting her money where her mouth is. Even despite the criticisms from the royal court, if she feels that it is right to do something, she will go through with it.
Yeah.
Especially if it means, like, you know...
She stands by her convictions, yeah.
Like letting a couple of Legoo's royals visit. Like, Leanne's a big deal.
Yeah.
And she knows it.
Also, like, Herons have crazy powers that come in handy a lot, so...
Mm-hmm. Alrighty, so yeah, that was the prologue to of Countries and Kings, and yeah, this is a bit of an unpleasant chapter narrative-wise because Elincia is gonna go through hell and back.
It's the shortest of the parts of this game too,
but it's also one of the most.
It gets criticized because it's true you could like kind of take it out and still continue with the story, but I like this world. I want to know what's happening in Crimea.
And let's be real for a moment. Like, the fact that this is... One thing that Josh Scorcher and I were actually talking about is the common trope that inexperienced people are suddenly put into roles of leadership, and it kind of just rolls with it, and that's a bit of a pet peeve of his. I like the fact that we don't get it in Path of Radiance, but in Radiant Dawn, they address the fact that despite, like, even if we as the audience know everything that Elincia went through and everything that she is capable of, she is still green, and yeah, she has to deal with an aristocracy that does not necessarily have her best interests at heart.
I mean, like, I agree that, like, monarchy just isn't a system that makes a lot of sense because it's assuming your kid is naturally a great leader.
Yeah, but hey, these were world times.
But these are games about monarchies, so what are you going to do?
Alright, so, next time we continue. Hopefully, we can get through it in one piece. I'm actually, now that I know what's coming up, I'm excited for the next chapter.
Oh, yeah. We're taking another slight detour.
To a simple little farm country.